Welcome to Tech for Good Made Easy. I'm your host, Randy Paynter, and as this is our first show, I'll give you a brief background on what you can expect to learn from this podcast. You're no doubt seeing the headlines. The recent incredible advances in Chat GPT and other AI-powered tools are beginning to change the world as we know it. Suddenly, some tasks that used to take you and your big brain hours to research and synthesize can be done in seconds by a computer. Don't worry though, you are not about to be replaced by an algorithm, at least not if you learn to use these tools to your advantage. I see this as an unprecedented opportunity for nonprofit organizations to increase efficiency and make a much bigger impact. And it's also overwhelming. Nearly every day there's some new AI tool announced. And having reviewed probably 100 of these myself, I can tell you that most are not worth your time, at least not yet. So I'm here to help you navigate and get started with the tools that are best for the needs of nonprofit professionals. I'll provide easy first steps as well as more advanced insights that should help you double, triple, even 10x your productivity. And you don't need any special skills. If you use email and Google, you can use these tools. The first several episodes will be devoted to Chat GPT. I'll walk you through everything from how to get started to some insider hacks almost no one is using. In the first episode, we'll use it to write a grant proposal, but even if you're never going to write a grant proposal in your life, these lessons will provide core insights for creating reports, emails, ad copy, or any other type of content you spend time on. In episode 2, we'll get into the mind-blowing power of Chat GPT plugins, but make sure to watch that first episode to prepare for that. In future videos, I'll walk you through how to create advocacy videos in different languages, even if you only speak English.
Vous pouvez créer une vidéo donnant l'impression de maîtriser une autre langue. O italiano, se doadores falam. Incrível, né?
I'll also show you how to generate royalty-free images, automatically summarize meeting notes and action steps from Zoom calls, use AI to become a spreadsheet wizard, how to develop a strategic plan within minutes to respond to breaking news, create videos from text, improve your presentation skills, and much, much more. Stepping back, who am I and why am I doing this? Well, I've been involved in tech for good for nearly 3 decades, and I love empowering nonprofit changemakers to make an even bigger impact on the world. I've started or co-founded 3 different companies, including Care2 and the Petition site, which many of you in the nonprofit space may have heard of. Care2 has helped well over 2,000 nonprofits recruit and cultivate more than 100 million donor prospects. So we've learned a lot about the opportunities and constraints faced by nonprofits. And our mission is to help you get better results. Like many of you watching this, I am not an engineer, so I'm going to avoid the deeper tech dives and really focus on how we can actually use these tools to help us and our stakeholders. I, like many others, have been obsessed with artificial intelligence and in particular LLMs or large language models, which is the breakthrough technology behind Chat GPT. I literally use Chat GPT every day, and I'll tell you, I am more and more impressed by what it can do. And the improvements are happening at an exponential rate. So while these new AI-enabled solutions are amazing today, it's almost impossible to comprehend what they'll be capable of doing in 5 years. My recommendation is to get on the bus now and start using these tools. You want to be at the forefront driving that bus, or you're likely to get left behind. The good news is it's not too late. I recently saw a survey that despite all the hype, less than 30% of content creators are using AI-enabled tools, and 35% have never even tried using them. So when the vast majority of people are not using the most hyped, and in my opinion, the most useful technologies we've seen since the dawn of the smartphone, something strange is going on. I think there are 2 problems. First, we're all so busy these days, none of us feels like we have the time to actually sit down and learn a new tool, even though we suspect it might actually save us a lot of time down the road. Remember that first time you used Uber? It was kind of scary. None of us knew what to expect, where we were supposed to wait, whether it was safe to get into a stranger's car, and how to pay the driver at the end. And now it seems so easy, and it works. Trust me, it's like that with these apps. It's a little intimidating at first, but once you try them a time or 2 and figure out how they can best help you, they can be life-changing. And yes, as you may have guessed, those images I just showed you are AI generated from a few words of text. They're not real people. The first one was created just from my typing the words confused person looking at phone, and the second was happy person in an Uber. In a future episode, I'll show you how easy it is to make royalty-free images, which could potentially save your organization both time and money. No models, no cameras, and no artistic skills required. The second reason I believe so few people are using AI-enabled tools is that it's not always so obvious how to fit them into your workflow. For example, you may have tried Chat GPT and thought, that's pretty cool, but haven't found a reason to use it in your day-to-day work. So I'm here to help. We'll go through lots of practical examples, and if I get stuck, we'll bring on expert guests and other pioneers who are using these tools to help their nonprofit organizations. I don't pretend to know all the answers, and I'm certainly no expert in every AI tool, but together we'll figure this out, and I know we'll learn a lot. If you're up for joining me on this adventure to discover how these new tools can help dramatically increase your impact, please hit that subscribe button or jump to episode 1, where I'll start with the very basics all the way to some advanced tips for using Chat GPT. I promise, no long intro, I'll jump straight into the how to get started. If you have comments, questions, or ideas for future episodes, you can DM me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Paynter, that's Paynter with a Y, and or please post your comments below. We're just getting started and want to hear your feedback to make sure you're getting a lot of value out of this. Thank you and have an amazing day.